So far we have seen problems in bearings, first unit. Today let's see one more problem. With that we will conclude unit 1. After that I will share the problems and discuss with you about the problems that are there in books. Next problem is about bearing, ball bearing. Shall we start the session?
Yes, sir.
Second, I will let students know that I am going to start the session. Okay, but let's start the session. So far we have discussed about bearings. In that we discussed about two types of bearings, that is ball bearing and journal bearing. Journal bearing we discussed about the problems. Uh, we discussed about two methods of problems in journal bearing. Also in ball bearings also we discussed about three types of problems so far. One more method is there. The two simple formula we have to use. Actually, uh, if we see ball bearing problems, there is only one method, but we are solving for different values that are all given. Depending upon the values given, we will solve for the problem. But the concept is same. They will ask for dynamic capacity or bearing life. In today's problem, we are going to solve and find out the dynamic capacity of the bearing. This is the problem that we are going to discuss today. A ball bearing is to be used for a shaft whose speed is 400 rpm. I would recommend all students to keep your data book beside you. Everybody is having your data book beside you, right? Keep it with you. Um, a ball bearing is to be used for a shaft whose speed is 400 rpm. They have given the speed. The radial load on the bearing is 4000 newton and the axial load is also 4000 newton. The loads that are all acting radially and axially are given. Bearing is to have a life of 10,000 hours at a reliability of 95%. Here, if you see, they have given a bearing life and also with the percentage, that is reliability percentage is also given. First, we have to obtain rating life for 90% survival. That is what we usually do in this type of problem in ball bearing problems. We usually find out the life for a survival of 90%. That is nothing but L10. We usually find the value of L10. That is nothing but P to the suffix of 10. That is nothing but a 0.9. That is 90% survival. It is usually 1 million revolution. That has been given in data book. That is usually given in data book. But in this problem, we are going to calculate it. We are not going to use the data book value. Also, they have given a bearing life of 95%. For this, you have to refer page number 4.2. There is a formula for that condition when they give these two values. That is L10. 12 o'clock you are having meeting, right? Exactly 12 o'clock you are having.
Yes, sir.
I will finish it by 11:50. I think for 20 minutes is enough for today. After that, I will discuss about the assignment that I have given in the Google Classroom. Okay. All of you take the page number 4.2. In page number 4.2, you will be having this formula L by L10. L10 dash, that is a life, that is of the required reliability, that is a probability of life sustaining for about 90% of its hours, working hours, that is given as 10,000 hours at 95%. In the question they have given it. Okay. In data book you can check it in page number 4.2. All of you having your data book beside you, right? Check in the page number 4.2. There is a formula for probability of survival. They have given required life of bearing in million revolutions. L has to be found out, but in this case they have given the value of the life of the bearing in million revolution. That is in hours they have given. We have to convert it to million revolution, or we can find out the value of L10 dash in million revolution. Actually, in this problem they have given the required bearing life, that is the bearing has to function for a life of 10,000 hours, and also 95% is given for the probability rate. First of all, write down the values like this. Life of the bearing is given, and reliability of 95% of the bearing is also given. Because of that, actually 90% reliability will be greater. It's somewhat greater hours. It will be 90% probability, means it's somewhat greater than the actual hours that the bearing has to be working. In this case, you have to take the problem formula from that page, L by L dash 10. Also, they have given us in this problem, determine the dynamic capacity. Similar to the first method problem that we discussed in ball bearing, they have asked for dynamic capacity of the bearing, that is the load that can be withstood by the bearing while running condition. If we take, they have also mentioned the value of B, that is in formula. B is nothing but actually if they have not given the value of B, you can assume it from data book also. It is nothing but B equal to 1.17. In page number 4.2 you can see and check the value for that. B equal to 1.17 for medium life, and also for B equal to 1.34 for medium life if that is when life is equal to 4.08 times L10. Actually our average life is nothing but 5 times the L10. That's what we discussed in the previous problem. You all remember, I think. Also they have asked us to assume the value of FA by C0. If they have not given FA by C0 value, they will give the bearing series from page number 4.13. I think 4.13 you can choose the value of C0 also if they given the bearing series like 6207 or 6205. If they give the they will give any value depending upon that value. If they give the bearing series, you can find out the C0 and you can calculate the FA by C0, or else you can use the formula, or you can simply assume if they given the value of FA by C0. Okay. After mentioning all the given parameters like speed, effort, that is radial load, axial load, bearing life, these are all the given values, and also they have given B equal to 1, and this is nothing but B per, not H. This B equal, sorry, H only, sorry, it is the H value has to be used. Actually H value has to be used in another formula. We will discuss it later. We have to assume this value in this formula. We already know the value of P is nothing but probability value, that is P equal to 0.95. We have to assume always use the value of below 1 only. will come below 1 only, that is 0.94, that is nothing but 90% survival means 0.9 probability, and also 0.95 probability for P, that's for life of L. We have to use those values L by L dash 10. We have to find out the for 90% probability what will be the working hours of the bearing. Okay, that after finding that value, that is L dash 10 equal to 411 million revolution, we got. How we got it means simply substituting it in hours, that is L in hours. If we substitute the value of L in hours, that is 10,000 hours, we will get the value of L dash 10 in hours only. After calculating it in hours, even here they have used 1.34 from page number 4.3. In that page, 4.2. In that page, they have assumed the condition of medium life, that is 5L10. That's usually what we use for the problem. 5L10 is the normal condition that we use, or else you can use for deep groove ball bearing. What bearing they have mentioned, you can check it, but you can use both values. B equal to 1.7, 1.17 or 1.34. You can use any of these two values. Depending upon your assumption, the value will vary, but somewhat a little variation only will be there. If instead of 411, it will be around 450 or 410, like that only. Okay. L dash 10, after finding the probability for 90% survival, that is L dash 10, you have to calculate dynamic capacity. That's what they have asked. In this problem, the pages are arranged wrongly. The page before the problem is the next page. That is FA by FR. After calculating the value of L dash 10, you can calculate FA by FR. 1 second. FA by FR. That is nothing but they have given FA also as 4000 and FR also 4000. The ratio of FA by FR can be found out is found as 1, and also for calculating the E, that is nothing but in page number 4.4, you have to find out the E value, that is correction factor for actually is there anywhere is the value of E is mentioned as anything? It's not mentioned, I think. This is some exponential term. You can calculate the E value by using FA by FR ratio. If FA by FR ratio is greater than E, actually you have to find the value of FA by C0 first. FA by C0 is given in a problem itself. If it is not given, you have to find it by using the page number 4.4. I already discussed about that. 4.13, sorry, 4.13. We have to find out the value of FA by C0 value if they have not given the values. Trying to join, but invitation he denied it. Okay. FA by FR also you can find, but since the FA by FR value is 1 and FA by C0 value is 0.5, FA by FR is also for FA by C0 value of 0.5, page number 4.4. If you check in that page, the last value for deep groove ball bearings, they have assumed the bearing as deep groove ball bearing for FA by C0 of 0.5. What is the value of X0 and X and Y? You have to choose only the E value is 0.44 in that page. E value can be seen as 0.44 from that page. You can use that value. FA by C0 of 0.5. The value of E is 0.44 from that page. Since 0.44 is lesser comparing to the FA by FR, that is 1. 1 is greater and E is less. That is 0.44 is very less comparing to the value of FA by FR. We can select that last value of Y, that is a second column. FA by FR is greater than E condition, we can choose, and for that column, for that condition, 0.56 is the value of X and Y gets the value of 1. That is the 0.44 value. Beside that, 1 is there for Y value. We can find these two factors, which is X and Y are the two factors that we will be using for calculation of equivalent load. For calculating equivalent load, we will be using these two factors. That is, in this formula we will use x and y will be used. This formula is available in page number 4.2. Equivalent load P equal to x into FR plus y into FA whole multiplied by S. Here the S value has to be assumed. You have three conditions in page number 4.2. There is three conditions: rotary machine with no impact, reciprocating machine with pronounced impact, hammer mills, etc. If they have given any type of machinery used in the problem, you can use that value and find out the value. If not, it is safe to assume the lowest value or the highest value. Depending upon your assumption, the value will vary, but no problem. You have to solve the method of problem based on the procedure. That's what they will check during the exam. S is equal to 1.1 can be assumed. That is nothing but the condition of a rotary machine with no impact. After calculating these values like S, X and Y, you can use that those values in the formula for calculation of equivalent load. That is P equal to X into FR plus Y into FA the whole multiplied by S. Substituting those values, X equal to 0.56, Y equal to 1, and FR and FA are nothing but radial load and axial load are 4000 each. Then multiplying it by 1.1, that is the service factor S. Calculation of load, equivalent load will be done. After calculating this equivalent load, you can directly go for the calculation of dynamic capacity of the bearing. That also you have to use the value of K equal to some value has to be chosen from page number 4.2. In page number 4.2, the value for dynamic capacity formula is available. You can use that formula, C equal to L divided by L10 the whole power 1 by K into P. Beside that, there is the value for L10. Actually, L-10 and L10 are different. Here in this problem, we calculated L-10 and used this as L. I think some mistake is there. I want to say one thing here. Usually, we use the value of L10 dash. That is 90% as our probability. That is L-10 has to be used. In this case, instead of L-10 in the calculation of dynamic capacity formula, you have to use only L-5. That is nothing but probability of 5%. That is the value. This value has to be calculated. After using that value, L as L, basic L has to be used, replaced by this value. Because not for 100%, we are using the value of L as 410, which we already calculated in the previous section. That is probability of survival for 95%. That's what we found. Okay. Here L-10 that we found is nothing but the 90% that has to be used in this formula as L, because that's what they have given for the problem. 95% of survival has to be calculated. So in this method, you can substitute that value L as 411, and usually what we do, L10, that is nothing but 1 million revolution can be substituted here. After substituting those values, you can use the value of K equal to 3 for ball bearings. For roller bearings, it is 10 by 3, but we usually use ball bearings. If the bearing type is not given, we use ball bearings, but in this case, they have given the bearing type as ball bearing only. After substituting that value, you can calculate the load capacity, dynamic load capacity of the bearing by substituting equivalent load that we found here in this formula also. Actually, this formula is available in page number 4.2 itself. In this unit, you have to be aware of the formulas and usage of formulas available in page number 4.2. Okay. Other than that, there is no other formulas available for ball bearings. You can directly use these formulas. I will check with the book and discuss any roller bearing problems in the next session. With this, I would like to conclude the session. Is there any doubt in this unit so far? Actually, there is so many other problems available in notes and also in book. You can refer those problems, but the methodology and all same. You can basically I have introduced about the formulas and methodologies and concepts for this both sections, that is journal bearing and rolling element bearings, sliding element bearings and rolling element bearings. That is what the general category is. You have some other formulas also. In this we can discuss those formulas in the later session. I think we will end the session to this problem. Is there any other doubt? You can mention it using chat box, or you can use the mic also. I would like to go and discuss about the assignments that I have given so far. I have given 2 assignments, I think. For the first assignment, I think the last day to submit the assignment is over. You can check in the classwork, or you can check the stream. Actually, I have given 2 assignments so far. Also, I have submitted two lecture videos are given, but here only one has been posted. I will post the other videos also. DTS assignment on bearings, that is rolling element bearings and sliding element bearings. 2 assignments are given so far. We see the rolling element bearings. 16 members have submitted it. Remaining 25 students have not submitted it. The due date is over. I will change the setting and enable you to submit the assignment. You can just study the question and you can answer the assignment. I will enable the answer also for this soon. After some few people are submitted, I will enable the answers. I will change the due date also. I will change it to 25th. That is this week Sunday. I give you the last date, Saturday. Also, I will give you till 3rd. That's what we have given it. Till 3rd, I have changed the last date to submit. I want you all to submit these 2 assignments. Okay. Assignment 2, 4 members have turned it in. I will check with the assignment later and send you the answers and all. May 1st, I have given it. Change it to May 3rd. Okay. So that's all I wanted to discuss about DTS today. The remaining concepts we will discuss later. I think I have completed almost 5 units through online today. The remaining concepts that I have not discussed in classroom also, I have discussed it through online sessions today. And in the last 4 days, I have discussed everything. That's all. Shall we wind up the session, or does anybody have any other doubt that they want to discuss? Doubt எதா இருக்காப்பா? இருந்தா பேசுங்க. தமிழ்ல கூட
இல்ல சார்.
ஓகேவா? டேட்டா புக் கொஞ்சம் எடுத்து ரெஃபர் பண்ணி கொஞ்சம் படிக்கிறப்ப டேட்டா புக் இல்லாம படிக்கிறது கொஞ்சம் கஷ்டமா இருக்கும். இல்லைன்னா ஏன்னா எல்லாமே டேட்டா புக்ல அவைலபிளா இருக்கும். ஓகேவா? வேற யாருக்காவது ஏதாவது டவுட் இருந்தா சொல்லுங்க. மைண்ட் அப் பண்ணிக்கலாம், ஒன்றும் பிரச்சனை இல்லை. நான் இன்னைக்கு ரொம்ப கம்மியா தான் டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணலாம்னு இருந்தேன். ஏன்னா இந்த செஷனோட இந்த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் யூனிட் முடிச்சிடலான்னு பார்த்தது. அதுக்காக தான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் யூனிட்ல நான் இன்னும் லெக்சர் வீடியோஸ் மிஸ் ஆனது டாபிக்ஸ் எல்லாம் நான் எடுத்து ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணி தனியா போட்டுடுறேன் இந்த வீக்ல. முடியாது. ஓகேவா? மறுபடியும் அந்த ஒரு 2 செஷன் தான் ரெக்கார்ட் ஆச்சு, மற்றதெல்லாம் ரெக்கார்டிங் ஃபெயிலியர் ஆயிடுச்சு. இந்த செஷனே இன்னைக்கு ரெக்கார்டிங் நடந்துதான்னு தெரியல. இன்னைக்கு இது போதும்னு நினைக்கிறேன். ஓகேவா? ஓகேப்பா, வைண்ட் அப் பண்ணிடலாம் செஷன். வேற எதுவும் டவுட் இல்லை இல்லையா? Let's wind up the session for today. I will post the recording if it's recorded in our Google Classroom, in the YouTube also. Okay. தேங்க்யூ. ஹலோ, இன்னும் இருக்கீங்களா? ஒன்றும் இல்லை, செஷன் பற்றி ஒரு இது போட்டிருந்தேன் பார்த்தீங்களா? இதில் ரிசோர்ஸஸ் ஆன்லைனில் போயிட்டு இருக்கு. ஏதாவது ஸ்டடி பண்ணுறதுனா யூஸ் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. நிறைய இந்த ரிசோர்ஸஸ்லாம் போயிட்டு இருக்கு. என்னது என்பிடெல் அதெல்லாம் ஆன்லைனில் லைவ் செஷன்ஸ் போயிட்டு இருக்கு. இன்னும் ஒரு கைண்டு நோட்டிஃபிகேஷன் சொல்கிறேன். ஃப்ரீ செஷன்ஸ் நிறைய கோர்சஸ் அவைலபிளாக இருக்குது. கோர்சரா, நிறைய கர்சான்னு ஒரு ஆப் இருக்குது. நிறைய ஆப்ஸில் ஃப்ரீ செஷன்ஸ், ஃப்ரீ ட்ரைனிங்ஸ் போயிட்டு இருக்கு. இந்த டைம் வேஸ்ட் பண்ணாதீங்க. இந்த டைமில் கிடைக்கிறது எதுவுமே ஃப்ரீயாக கிடைக்கும். ஃபியூச்சரில் அதெல்லாம் மறுபடியும் பெய்டு இதாக மாறிடும். இந்த டைமில் முடிஞ்ச அளவுக்கு ஃப்ரீ கோர்சஸ் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். ஓகேவா? யாராவது கவனிச்சிங்களா? நான் இப்போ கடைசியாக சொன்னது ஃப்ரீ கோர்சஸ் நிறைய போயிட்டு இருக்கு. நிறைய யூஸ் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. நிறைய ஃப்ரீ கோர்சஸ் ஆன்லைனில் ஃப்ரீயாக அவைலபிளாக இருக்குது. யூஸ் திஸ் டைம் effectively. Learn free courses. Okay, that's all I wanted to discuss with you. Thank you.